Thy art is murder. My favorite piece by Shakespeare. But also a pretty fucking brutal band from Australia. Let's check them out. Like I said, guys, we're going back down under for another album, and this is like the third or fourth album that we've talked about from Australia this year. We had Boris the Blade, North Lane, and then Make Them Suffer recently. So yeah, 4 bands, 4 albums out of Australia this year. Pretty fucking great. I've said it before, but Australia breeds some pretty great bands. Now, I'm not going to kiss anybody's ass here and says that I've listened to a whole bunch of Thy Art is Murder or anything like that, because I haven't. Most of the content I've seen regarding Thy Art is Murder have been memes about the screamer CJ McMahon. But with that being said, you can kind of expect a fresher view on this band, coming from the perspective of someone who hasn't heard a lot of their stuff. Newer fan, so you're gonna get a little bit of an unbiased perspective from me. One thing I will say that kind of spoils how I feel about this album is that I know an album or a song is really fucking good when I can get some of my non-metal fans headbanging to it along with me. In this case, it was my brother was listening to this album with me in the car, and almost every song had him headbanging along with me. And he's not even really a metalhead. So that's just a little bit of a sneak peek about how I feel about the album before we dive in. Dear Desolation is Thy Art is Murder's 4th studio album. It was released on Nuclear Blast Records, same label as another band that we don't really mention around these parts. The album has 10 songs on it and contains 38 minutes of angry, aggressive, technical, even at times impressive music. Also, guys, for this video, I'm going to do another contest for reaching 250 subscribers. I did it for reaching 100 subscribers, and basically you're going to get the chance to choose what album I get to review next. And so stay tuned to the end of the video and I'll tell you how to enter into this contest to get that chance to choose what I review next. But enough of the bullshit. Track number 1, Slaves Beyond Death. The band comes flailing at you with these blast beats right away in the beginning of the song that just make you want to mosh and destroy everything around you. Right away, something I really enjoy about the vocals on this album is that they have a more metal feel to them than a straight up deathcore vibe. This song is fucking fast and crazy, pretty straightforward up until the breakdown, where McMahon screams at you that a life of no consequence is now your fucking death sentence. Pretty great build up to the ending chorus, and overall this is a pretty solid start to the album. Track number 2 is called Son of Misery. Great metal intro to this song with some fun little drum fills, most notably the quick little hits on the hi-hat bell or whatever fucking terminology. I don't know, I'm not a fucking drummer. Despite that slower intro, the verses still serve up some fast-paced, energetic riffs. Double bass goes into overdrive around the minute and 11 mark. I hope that guy was at least getting paid time and a half. The drumming is so fast in this fucking song, and ooh baby, we do get a sweet little guitar solo in this song. The lyrics and delivery of those lyrics right before the solo is a great start to it as well. I also really dig the breakdown in this song where the screamer says, "Transform, the fire set me free, I am reborn, and all hail the son of misery." Crushing breakdown, giving that sense of dread and agony. This track definitely had a lot of elements that I really enjoyed. Puppet Master is track number 3. Face-melting guitar riffs to start this one. The lyrical content in this one is pretty interesting as McMahon kind of calls out religious institutes. I mean, there's even a line where he says, "Kid touchers, blasphemous fuckers, you can't police your own people, a bloodline of evil." So really fucking calling out these people in this place of power at these religious institutions. Breakdown, I dare you not to fucking bang your head during the breakdown of the song. Think for your fucking self! I love how they introduce those beginning metal riffs over the breakdown after like the 4th iteration. This song for me is a pretty strong one, mainly because of the lyrical content. It's so well written, well put together. Next. Dear Desolation, the title track, also known as track number 4. These guys have yet to slow down. There's some more ruthless double bass in this one. I'm very impressed with the drumming so far, especially the production of the drums. Although it can kind of be expected that a fucking deathcore drummer is going to go super crazy and fast on on his songs. These guys are fucking killing it with breakdowns, man. So far from boring. The lyrics that shoot this one off are no sense in pretending we deserve a fucking happy ending. So pessimistic, just how I love my core music. Throw in another guitar solo and a really badass ending where they repeat that Widow of the World part. Just so good. Death Dealer is track number 5. The intro to this track is really the first time that they've kind of slowed down and taken a fucking rest, as we get some melancholic lead guitar and kind of more of a chill vibe before just ascending back into some more of that brutal deathcore music. Some more great, intelligent lyrics here. For the breakdown, we get "Kill in the name of your tyrant, nothing left but cowards and silence." I love that lyric and how they bring it back a couple of times throughout the track. Love the transition into the ending of this song, which is kind of just some repeating lead guitar work over some slower drums. And it's just more of a section that kind of gives a sense of waste and like empty voids. I don't really know if I make sense, but I just really like the ending of the song. Man is the Enemy is track number 6. That intro build up to the lyrics, "Man is the Enemy," is super fucking fantastic. And then they do a really good job of just punching us with the music that immediately follows it. The song is just another one that you can't really help but just bang your head to. This song has more of that traditional, slower deathcore breakdown section that happens around 1:25. And the way they transition back into the chaotic verse is just some deathcore bliss. I think they did a really superb job with the structure of this song. The Skin of the Serpent comes in at track number 7. Some more religious lyrics with this one, kind of poking at religion and its followers. So I really dig the lyrics. The music itself is kind of more of the same. So nothing really to speak of there except for a little over halfway in the song, when everything just boom, just kind of slows down to a halt and you're kind of like, what the fuck is going on here? But then you remember you're listening to deathcore, so of course it's just gonna be a slow fucking build up to another fucking breakdown. So yeah, we get a super sick slow breakdown at the end of this one to kind of inspire everyone's deathcore boner. Fire in the Sky, track number 8. Love the style of the intro in this one. It does a really good job of building up some tension, and it truly feels like the intro to a story or like a movie. CJ has some really great lows in this song, and overall with the album as a whole, he's been super consistent. I don't want to say he's flawless, but there's just something about his vocals that really help characterize these songs. This whole last minute of this song is really what I like about deathcore. It's a slower section with some intense lyrics, that eerie ambient metal guitar, some great food for my ears. Into Chaos We Climb is track number 9. There's a bit of a stripped down intro here with the screaming over like some lo-fi lead and rhythm guitars. I wouldn't say I necessarily agree with this stylistic choice, but that's just a personal thing. If I'm being honest, I think I've said this in a previous deathcore review, but by this point, some of the music, it's just kind of getting old at this point. More of the same. Happens a lot with deathcore when I listen to it, although this is more death metal to me anyway. There's not a whole lot of like pure deathcore elements to it. The most notable part of this song is the breakdown sections. They have more of a chorish vibe to them. Lyrics are still great. Really dig the guitar solo for this one. It's a little bit slower, but it's still so tasty I'd eat it for dinner. And then the song ends with a breakdown. Nothing special. The final curtain is the final track on Dear Desolation. This song definitely gives the vibe of an ending track to an album. There were a lot of slower parts with melodic leads helping build this ambient, eerie feeling to it. I wouldn't say they really left anything in their back pockets for this last song. Nothing really made me do a double take or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, this track would probably be really great on its own, but in the context of this album specifically, it's kind of just retreading a lot of the stuff we've already heard, but there's a really nice build-up at the end of the song that just puts a nice little bow on the album. Okay, album done. What do we think? I will say that for one, being that this is a super heavy album, the production is so fucking great. Will Putney did a really good job of separating everything in the mix so that we can hear everything, nothing is too muddled or lost in the mix. And CJ McMahon's vocals are so visceral, they're so brutal. I never really had any times where I had to like question what he was doing. I'd say the album really kind of got old after a little bit, kind of boring. I'd say probably after Man Is the Enemy, track number 6, because I really like that song, but then after that it kind of goes slightly downhill. First half of the album though, super solid. They definitely nail all of the breakdowns that they wrote. And again, I'll say this feels like more of a death metal album than a deathcore album, but that's getting into semantics and might be annoying to some people. I really don't care what you want to characterize this as. As a newer fan, that doesn't really disappoint me, but I want to know with you traditional fans if that's disappointing, if you like that they're adding some new elements to their stuff, or if you really just wanted more of the same, more of the old school Thy Art Is Murder. So let me know in the comments how you feel about the changes. Again, I'm a newer fan, so my thoughts might be a lot different than your guys's. It's always an interesting discussion when these types of issues come up. Favorite songs from the album are probably The Son of Misery or Man Is the Enemy, although Dear Desolation is really fucking solid. Will I be listening to the whole album on repeat? Probably not, but there are a good handful of songs on here that I'm definitely going to be cycling through in the near future. Alright, thanks for sticking around this far, metalheads. As I promised, I'm holding a contest for reaching 250 subscribers. Basically, the winner will be able to choose the next album I review. The winner at the 100 subscriber contest chose Coma Witch by the Acacia Strain, so there's just some reference for you. All you have to do to be entered into this contest is subscribe to the channel and comment what your favorite album of the year 2011 was. I know that's really random, the year is arbitrary. I just thought it'd be a fun little thing to do to get people to participate and to enter into the contest for a chance to win. And after about a week of comments, after a week of the video being up, I'm going to randomly draw a name of everyone who has subscribed and also commented that. So once more, comment down below what you thought of Dear Desolation by Thy Art Is Murder, and enter your favorite album from the year 2011. You can add why that is or whatever you want in that comment, and then you'll be entered into the contest. So good luck to everyone on that. Thanks for watching the review. Follow me on all the social media so we can keep in contact, keep talking about music. Buy the album in the description if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next week with another album review. Thanks guys, rock on.